All right, I have cut up the onions and celery, and this is too much for just the deviled eggs. So what I'm going to do is use maybe a quarter of the celery and a little bit more of the onion for the deviled eggs, and use the rest to make tuna salad for the guys just to have in the fridge whenever they want a sandwich. That always goes over well. They like that a lot. So I need to peel the eggs now, I guess. Okay, peeled the eggs, and because I made the eggs in the Instant Pot, the shells literally slide off. It's just amazing. I'll never do it the other way again, unless I'm making just one or two eggs, for something like somebody wants to eat one for breakfast, because it's not worth it to fill the Instant Pot with just two eggs. I always do at least a dozen, sometimes more. I started mixing and forgot to show you. So it's got so far salt, dill relish, onion powder, mayonnaise, dry mustard, celery, and onions. And I think that's it, except for I put a little paprika on the top for color when they're done. And here they're ready to be filled. I'm going to finish off this almost, I think, maybe even completely, jar of mayonnaise that expires April 25. And I know it doesn't expire, but that's the date on it. Right there. My bowl is empty, and I put it into a Ziploc baggie, and I cut a little hole in the corner. I could use the regular bags that I have, like for decorating cookies and cakes, but I don't want to. This is so much easier. So I'll start putting it in now into the eggshells. Okay, here they are. They're done. Going to put the lid on them, stick them in the fridge, and they'll just get better and better. Take them over to my mom and dad this evening. I didn't even ask you guys. I use mayonnaise. Are you team mayonnaise or team salad dressing like Miracle Whip? When I was a kid, my mom always used salad dressing, I'm pretty sure. And, I don't hate it, but I prefer mayonnaise. So that's just me. I'll eat it. Now I'm going to go on to that tuna and get that out of the way. All right, here's the bowl for tuna salad or tuna sandwich mix filling. I used the rest of the celery and onion that I had to use. That's some healthy scoops of real mayonnaise, 2 cans of the Great Value brand Chunk Light tuna. I don't usually use the good tuna in this, but sometimes I do. My husband is very anti-albacore, and it started when the kids were little, and he didn't want them to get damaged by the heavy metals that sometimes are associated with albacore. Don't come at me. Okay, I like albacore. That's probably what's wrong with me. I may have to open another mayonnaise. I don't know. We'll see what it looks like after I, do this. I use sweet relish in my tuna, and I use dill relish in the deviled eggs. I'm going to put enough salt in this just for taste, But first I'm going to see what it looks like mayonnaise-wise for moisture in the salad. It could use a tiny bit more, so I'm going to go ahead and scrape that can out. It's not a can, it's a jar, sorry. We got most of it. There was just a tiniest bit. I've not even, maybe a tablespoon left in that jar. So, another dead soldier. I'm going to get the last one out. I think I need to stock up again. Right, here it is. I've got panko bread. I've got goldfish crackers. Here's the leftover for the fridge. Now, here's a tip. It wasn't the case this time, it was okay. But sometimes I have put a little too much mayonnaise in my tuna salad. And this is if it's just for sandwiches. If you throw in a couple tablespoons of plain breadcrumbs, or more, depending on how much too much mayonnaise was, you can dry that up. It soaks it up, and you can't even tell the difference. It doesn't make it mushy. It doesn't change the consistency, and that's just my opinion. So there's a tip for you. I'm going to drink. I was going to have tea, but I decided to have water. Did anybody else's mama or whoever made your sandwiches ever put chopped boiled eggs in your tuna salad? My mom did. And I'll eat a boiled egg, but I prefer it not be in my tuna salad. That's just, as a grown-up, that's how I grew up doing it, without. This is so good. I'm just going to sit here and have my lunch, and then I'm going to put up today's video, which is not the video you're looking at. If you watched and stayed this long, I would love it if you thought to say hi, or yes, my mom put eggs in, or no. Some conversation is so much fun when you're a mom with grown kids, because You know, those grown kids don't really have a lot to say left, you know, because you don't have anything left to do for them. Okay, take care and have a great day. Bye, everybody. Before I get started, I want to show you this. It's my Stack-O medicine for my eyes alone, just my eyes. What fun is that? So I have an infection in the eye, and who knows why. It could be that I take regular eye drops for glaucoma. My feeling is that probably at some point I touched my eye with the tip of a bottle and it made it, you know, not good for my eyes and I got infection. But I've seen the ophthalmologist over it and we didn't even discuss my glaucoma. She's like, let's get this, she goes, this whole thing taken care of. Anyway, I like her. She was sweet. So I've got a couple of things to put in my eyes for, because I needed a refill for glaucoma. And then a couple of things are antibiotics. So one is an antibiotic drop and one is not this one. This one is an antibiotic ointment and this one is an antibiotic drop. Okay. And we'll get rid of the infection, keep the glaucoma where it is right now. My pressures, if you know anything about glaucoma, were only 17, 18. For me, that is stellar because I have shown up with a 38, 42. Yeah, I'm a winner. So we're going to get this taken care of. My husband's outside right now putting in some blueberry bushes for me. Not in the ground, in big pots, because they're the kind that you put in pots. And I am going to get started on the banana nut bread because everything else is done. Well, hey everybody, I have been wanting so bad to tell you all what I have going here, but I didn't want to spoil the surprise. This is a surprise for my mom and dad note for my channel. You guys know I'm weird. So I've got a card here that says Mom and Dad on it, and I got a sticker that says Happy Easter. And this really isn't an Easter card, but I thought it was pretty. You can't tell on camera. It's a really pretty shade of purple and pink. And so on the inside, it says, He is risen. It says Happy Easter 2025. He is risen. And then I forgot to sign it, but I'll do that. And then there's a little bag in here, and it says Egg Hunt. And in the bag is a little rubber Jesus loves you. Okay? That does sound weird, doesn't it? But wait, that's not all. Okay, I signed it. And I taped the Jesus in here. And I'm going to close the bag up. I'm going to close the card up, put it in the envelope here. So we're going to go over there, and I am going to take a dozen deviled eggs, because those are my mom and dad's favorite, and a loaf of banana nut bread, which I just pulled out of the oven about a half hour ago. And they're going to, you know, see that as a gift. And since I'm not hosting Easter this year, I'm not having everybody over, and I wanted to do something special. But you'd have to know my mother's personality, because my eclectic personality didn't fall far from her tree. So I will show you. Wait. I also want to say that while we're visiting, I'll be excusing myself to get a drink, to use the restroom, to look at out the pretty window, whatever. And while I'm doing that, I'll be hiding the other 49 in her house. If I can find her car door open when we come over, I'll put one on her steering wheel too. No, it might fall off. I'll put one like on the dashboard right where she sees it. So that's going to be my fun for the evening. I got these off Amazon and I thought they were hilarious. Not hilarious because it's Jesus, but hilarious that she's going to have herself an Easter egg hunt. I'm not putting them in Easter eggs. That would just be too regular. She's just going to randomly find over the next month, I don't know, 49 little Jesus figures in her house. I cracked myself up. All right, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, I have 18 left, and I'm writing down where I'm hiding them and how many, because when I get there, I won't have a lot of time to do thinking. I'll just need to be quick about where I put them, so it doesn't look like I'm disappearing for long periods of time, you know? Like, what's she doing? All right, I got 6 left, and I've got a whole list here of 1, 2, 3, 4 columns of where I'm putting them. I'm going to make the list more legible and smaller when I take it with me so I can hide it like in my hand.